Good morning, MMCers. So hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. This weekend I was at another wedding. So the last of the year, I think. I hope so. So one of the things I kind of picked up over this weekend is, and through this year of weddings, is to have a good time at a wedding, there's a couple of things you need to have in place. One of those things is you need to have alcohol. That's really important. Secondly, good music. Good music sets the tone for the wedding. And then finally, to have a good wedding, and more importantly for you to enjoy your time at that wedding, is for you to know at least 2 to 3 people at that wedding. And more importantly, it's really good to know the bride and the groom, at least somewhat, so they're not like, hey, who's that asshole eating our free food? But that's what I've picked up this year. But moving on, I don't have a coffee today, but I have another espresso. It's Caf, I think it's Carib or Carib, I don't know. It's a really cheap espresso that I got in the store. And how they describe it is Caf Carib is a dark roasted espresso coffee, specifically blend for the Latin taste. Make our coffee your coffee. Brew coffee Carib according to your... Okay, we don't have to read that. That's just directions. But if you like the taste of Latins, then you should enjoy this coffee. So let's see if I have some of that Latino taste. It's definitely a dark brew, like most in all espressos. It's not as smooth as I would say my last espresso was, but giving the price point of it, I would give it a solid 6.5, 7 on it. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So if you want cheap coffee, get that. So what I want to talk about today is the importance of not getting caught up in the big picture of things. So what do I mean by this? You might be starting out saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to drop such and such body fat, or I want to bench twice my body weight, or deadlift 400 pounds. And good goals, but what ends up happening is a lot of times is we know where our point A is. I know, let's say it's deadlifting. I know I can deadlift 200 pounds and I want to get to 400. So I know where my point A and my point, let's say Z is. So I know where my end goal is. But a lot of times we get focused on how far off that big picture goal is that it scares us to even make a step forward. And understanding and appreciating the steps that come in between. Using the alphabet, of course, we all know that it doesn't go A to Z. It goes A, B, C, and a couple other letters in between to actually get to the end. And that's the same with your goal, is understanding to get to it, there's going to be a lot of little steps that happen in between. And sometimes it's appreciating those little steps in between to get to your big one. Because if you're looking far off, what can end up happening is you become so intimidated by that lofty goal that you don't even take that first step to step B and C, and then your goal never will even come to fruition. So always kind of think of what's the next little step I need to do. A lot of times for, let's say, weight loss, it could just be going to the gym, or it could be cutting back on sweets, something like that. For the deadlift, it could be trying to lift heavier, or changing how to get more total volume into a workout. So that's today's tip. Don't focus on the Z, focus on the other letters that come in between the alphabet. So it's kind of an alphabetical Dr. Seuss Sesame Street lesson for the day. But if you have any tips or questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll be happy to hear them. If you would also like to talk to me on a more personal level or reminisce, hit me up at josh@williamstrainingsystems.com. And always please check out my website at williamstrainingsystems.com. Have a fantastic day. Bye.